these are the latest pictures that we're getting of Prime Minister Narendra Modi interacting with those teams that have conducted the successful rescue operations in Turkey, in earthquake-struck Turkey, which has claimed over 40,000 lives. Now, just getting our viewers giving our viewers details about the kind of operations that have been undertaken by the NDRF and the army team. The army team had set up a field hospital in Turkey, which sort of eased the burden on the healthcare infrastructure in Turkey, helping those who have been affected by the earthquake there. Under Operation Dost, 3 teams of 151 NDRF personnel and dog squads extended assistance to Turkey. Now, NDRF teams executed search and rescue and relief operations, including life detection in 35 work sites of Nurdagi and Antakya. We have Abhishek, our senior executive editor, joining us on live, giving us details about the interaction that is taking place right now. Over to you, Abhishek.
Well, so this is an exercise where Prime Minister is actually taking feedback at Sanika and trying to understand how was their experience and what have been the learnings and the best practices that have been shared. And is it something that we have learned, or is it something that the other teams, remember it was an international exercise to immediately provide relief, rescue to people in Turkey and Syria. But this is NDRF team engaging with the Prime Minister, about 300 personnel total. And then remember, apart from the NDRF, India had also sent separate contingents of the Indian Army, field hospital from Agra, and those had provided treatment, including in some cases some complicated surgeries, but mainly medical assistance that is immediately needed once people are rescued from this kind of situation. So I think this is more like a feedback exercise, and also, of course, underscores Prime Minister's own involvement and initiative. Remember, it was Prime Minister's first comments in the first few hours of the Turkey earthquake that India is there to help and assist our suffering brothers and sisters in affected areas in Turkey and Syria, after which our national disaster machine really galvanized in double quick time. And the same night, in fact, the first flight was out of Hindon Air Base, and then subsequently within the next 24 hours from the field hospital in Agra, our P-17 Globemasters and these teams with all the equipment and personnel and the canine squad, everything flying out and then deploying in affected areas as per the requirements of the Turkey government. Even as the civilian administration and people by and large galvanized to provide material that is needed in those kind of situations, including tents, clothing, for example, and of course medicines. So India projecting itself as, or getting projected, not projecting, but getting projected as a nation that really comes to assistance, aid, rescue in difficult times with all the capability to take care of the situation and mitigate the pain and suffering of affected areas. This is a machinery that has evolved over a couple of decades in India itself. The big learnings being from the Kutch earthquake and the tsunami that hit down south in 2005. So I think in that sense, it's a coming of age of India's human assistance and disaster response machinery, and which got some play there in Turkey, and going by the Thanksgiving that has come from Turkish ambassador, for example, it's clear that it has been appreciated. Prime Minister, of course, as I said, he was quick to offer help within the first couple of hours, got personally involved in overseeing with adequate appropriate instructions to the deployment, and now, of course, taking feedback. This shows how seriously he takes these kind of efforts and makes sure that it's end to end. So from the time that it all began to the time that one of the takeaways, learnings, if he can also, understand how has been our experience and what all changes can be brought in next time if something like that happens, or what we have learned, all those things there on the table when the Prime Minister engages with the HADR team of NDRF that participated in relief and rescue in Turkey in the last fortnight.
Yes, Abhishek, and we had just one excerpt of that interaction playing out, and we are waiting for the entire interaction. And we would like to tell our viewers to stand by for that entire interaction that the Prime Minister had with the NDRF teams and also the army personnel who were part of Operation Dost. For now, we're slipping into a very short break. After the break, we'll get you more details about how Uddhav